Have you ever pondered what the biggest challenge leaders face in problem solving is? Leadership, as you may know, is a journey filled with complex problems that demand innovative solutions. These problems can range from managing a diverse team to navigating through a rapidly changing business landscape, to even tackling societal issues that impact the organization. Now, traditional problem-solving methods, while effective for simple, straightforward problems, often fall short when it comes to these complex issues. Why, you ask? Well, these methods tend to focus on symptoms rather than the root cause. They often overlook the human element, and they rarely encourage divergent thinking. So, as leaders, we find ourselves in a conundrum. How do we solve these complex problems in a way that not only addresses the root cause but also takes into account the human aspect? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's not about the lack of resources or time, but the way we approach the problem. Enter design thinking. But what is it exactly, you might ask? Well, let's delve into this powerful approach. Design thinking is a methodology used for creative problem solving. It's not just about making things look pretty, it's about understanding and addressing real issues. This human-centered approach is widely adopted by leading organizations around the world. Design thinking focuses on empathy. It places humans at the center of everything. It's about understanding your customers, your employees, anyone who interacts with your product or service. This understanding fuels the process of challenging assumptions and redefining problems. The methodology encourages experimentation, trying out new ideas and solutions, seeing what works and what doesn't. This is where the magic happens, in the iterative process of trial and error, learning, and improving. So, design thinking. It's not a buzzword, it's not a fad, it's a mindset. In essence, it's about understanding people, challenging assumptions, and redefining problems. Design thinking consists of 5 distinct phases. These phases are like the fingers on a hand, each with a unique role, but all essential for creating a strong grip on a problem. Let's explore these 5 phases. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Firstly, we have empathize. This isn't about feeling sorry for someone, it's about stepping into someone else's shoes to understand their experiences, desires, and needs. It's like being a detective, uncovering clues to make sense of a mystery. You're not just observing what people do, you're also striving to understand why they do it. Next, we have define. This is where you distill all that information you've gathered into a clear problem statement. You're not just stating the problem, you're framing it in a way that invites creative solutions. It's like turning a raw chunk of marble into a finely chiseled sculpture. Then comes the ideate phase. Here you're brainstorming, generating a multitude of ideas. You're not just looking for a single solution, you're exploring a landscape of possibilities. It's like casting a wide net into the sea of creativity, hoping to catch something truly unique. The 4th phase is prototype. This is where you start to give form to your ideas. You're not just talking about a solution, you're building a tangible representation of it. It's like turning a blueprint into a 3D model. Finally, we have the test phase. This is where you put your prototype to the test, gathering feedback and refining your solution. You're not just looking for validation, you're seeking constructive criticism to improve your design. It's like a chef tasting a dish before serving it, tweaking the recipe until it's just right. But remember, these stages are not sequential, they're more like a cycle or a system of loops. You might find yourself jumping back and forth between phases, iterating and refining as you go. This isn't a linear process, it's a dynamic journey of discovery, creativity, and improvement. So, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the exciting world of design thinking. Let's dive deeper into the first phase, empathy. This is where the magic truly begins. Empathy isn't just a feel-good buzzword, it's the cornerstone of design thinking. It's about truly understanding the needs, experiences, and challenges of the people you're designing for. It's not just about feeling what others feel, but understanding why they feel that way. In this phase, we're not just passive observers. We engage, we ask questions, we immerse ourselves in their world. We're like detectives hunting for clues, piecing together a picture of their lives. We listen more than we speak, observe more than we act, and learn more than we teach. This deep understanding allows us to see problems from a fresh perspective, to uncover hidden needs, to design solutions that are truly meaningful. Because at the end of the day, design thinking isn't about creating things, it's about creating experiences. Empathy, it's all about stepping in someone else's shoes. Moving forward to the remaining phases, let's delve into the magic of define, ideate, prototype, and test. These are the phases where your understanding of the problem marries creativity and innovation, giving birth to solutions that are both human-centered and effective. First up, we have the define phase. Now you might be thinking, didn't we just define the problem in the empathy phase? Well, yes and no. In the empathy phase, we gathered raw, unfiltered information about the problem. The define phase is where we refine and focus that raw data into a clear and actionable problem statement. It's where we take a step back, look at the big picture, and ask ourselves, what is the real issue here? This phase is about precision and clarity. It's about ensuring that we're not just treating the symptoms, but addressing the root cause of the problem. Next, we move to the ideate phase. This is where we let our imaginations run wild. We generate a wide range of ideas, no matter how outlandish or unconventional they may seem. Remember, in this phase, there are no bad ideas. Every idea is a stepping stone that can lead to a breakthrough. So grab a pen and paper, or a whiteboard if you prefer, and start brainstorming. The more ideas you have, the better your chances of finding that diamond in the rough. After we've ideated to our heart's content, we move to the prototype phase. This is where we take our best ideas and turn them into reality, or at least a scaled-down version of it. We create a number of inexpensive, scaled-down versions of the product or solution. These prototypes don't have to be perfect, they are just tangible representations of our ideas that we can interact with, test, and improve upon. Finally, we arrive at the test phase. This phase is an iterative one, meaning we cycle through it again and again, refining our solution with each iteration. We put our prototypes to the test, quite literally. We observe how they function in the real world, how people interact with them, and most importantly, whether they solve the problem we defined. If they don't, or if they create new problems, we take that feedback and use it to refine our prototypes, our ideas, and if necessary, our understanding of the problem. To sum up, define refines and focuses the problem. Ideate generates a wide range of ideas, prototype produces tangible versions of those ideas, and test refines them through real-world application and feedback. Each phase feeds into the next, creating a cycle of continuous learning and improvement. Remember, the phases are not always sequential, they can be conducted concurrently and repeated iteratively. This flexibility allows us to adapt to new insights and changes, making the design thinking process as dynamic and human-centered as the solutions it produces. So why does design thinking matter to leaders? Well, it's simple. Design thinking is not just about creating aesthetically pleasing products or services. It's about understanding your users, their needs, and their experiences. It's about gaining insights that can foster innovation and improve the overall customer experience. When leaders embrace design thinking, they are choosing to put their customers at the forefront of their strategy. They are choosing to be problem solvers, innovators, and change makers. They are choosing to drive organizational growth through a human-centered approach. Design thinking allows leaders to step out of their comfort zones, to challenge the status quo, and to create meaningful impact. It enables them to connect with their customers on a deeper level, to empathize with their struggles, and to design solutions that truly meet their needs. Design thinking is not just a trend, it's a mindset that any leader should consider. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. Design thinking is a problem-solving approach that puts people at its core. We've uncovered its 5 phases: empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Each phase is essential and interconnected, forming a cyclical process that encourages iteration and improvement. Starting with empathy, leaders immerse themselves in the user's world, understanding their needs and experiences. This understanding then informs the definition phase, where the problem is framed from the user's perspective. Next up, ideation, a creative process where diverse solutions are explored. Following ideation, we prototype, creating tangible solutions to test with our users. And finally, the test phase, where feedback is collected and used to refine the solution. Through this process, design thinking empowers leaders to solve complex problems in a human-centric way. It fosters innovation, encourages collaboration, and drives sustainable solutions that truly resonate with the people involved. Remember, in problem solving, the human-centered approach is what sets leaders apart.